Hey, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this program, we'll show you how the Blind Center of Nevada is changing lives and creating opportunities for the visually impaired in our community. We'll also give you an update on the happenings in Ward 5. Joining us to discuss all of this and much more, of course, is our Ward 5 Councilwoman. You know who it is, Chandra Summers-Armstrong. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Good morning, David.
Good to see you. We have officially moved into kind of like the fall time of year around here. Not quite as hot, but we're enjoying it.
I like it. This is the time of year where you can go out and play a little tennis and not die
exactly,
on the court.
Exactly,
yes.
Exactly right. Well, we have a great show today. Two wonderful guests we're going to introduce right now. Before we get to that, I want to tell everybody out there, we're talking Ward 5, so if you don't know where Ward 5 is located, well, don't worry, we'll show you on the map. Basically, it's the center of our city. It encompasses our downtown, but it's interesting because it also goes all the way out to the northwest. A very interesting ward, geographically diverse-wise as well. But there you go. You got the downtown, all the cool stuff in the downtown. You all got all the stuff out in the northwest as well. And if you live in that area or work in that area, then you are represented on the city council by Chandra Summers-Armstrong.
That's right. Thank you.
All right, well, here we go. You know, first up, Councilwoman, a center that's helping the visually impaired find hope, learn independence, and, of course, pursue greatness. It's the Blind Center of Nevada, and we're joined by the president of the Blind Center, Todd Imholt. We're also pleased to welcome Alton Taylor to the show. He's the scheduler for the Blind Center, and he's also a veteran of the United States Air Force, so thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
That. So, gentlemen, great to have you here. Councilwoman, Blind Center of Nevada is a mainstay in Ward 5. Been there for years.
Yes, right near Washington and Bruce. I've had the pleasure of attending events there, as well as being given a wonderful tour to see the work that is done at their facility. I think it's important for people to know. I think sometimes people who have been here a while, and even those who are new, don't necessarily know the resources that are available to them. Right. And the Blind Center is doing amazing things, not just in the workspace, but they have also just recently begun construction on housing, and that is specifically designed for the folks who are visually impaired. And I'm so excited to have these gentlemen here with us today to talk about it.
Me too. Todd, let's start with you. For those of us who've been here a long time, we are familiar with the Blind Center for sure. But for those in the community who might be new and are not familiar, tell us about the organization. How many clients do you serve, and what are some of the services that you provide for the visually impaired?
Right, so the Blind Center has been around for 70 years. We're celebrating our 70th year this year, and we've been in Ward 5 that entire time. Wow. So we're grateful for the partnership with the city to be able to provide services for largely the adult population at this point of people who are blind or visually impaired in our community. And our goal, really, our mission is to empower people who are blind or visually impaired to reach their highest, potential. And so whatever that potential is, it's for some people like Alton, he's employed at the Blind Center in a meaningful above minimum wage job. Others want to learn art and music, and some others just want social interaction, and they want to be able to get out of their apartment and so forth.
A little independence, I'm sure, too. Yeah.
So the independent living skills is part of what we do. And then as the Councilwoman said, we're embarking on a Visions Park, which is an affordable housing project right next to the Blind Center.
That's true. How many clients do you have right now about, Todd?
About 400. So there's about 400 people that we call members or clients of the Blind Center. And those are people who interact with the Blind Center either through jobs or programs and services that they get.
And Alton, you were a client and now an employee. Is that basically kind of your journey as well?
Absolutely. First, I was just interested, and I was like, okay, what is this Blind Center place? So I went online and looked more and more into it. I'm seeing the activities you can do and things like that. But I was online looking for, my next job, and hey, it all worked out.
Love it.
So I became a member and an employee the same day, and it's like, hey, I can do this.
Awesome.
Councilman, I know this project, this center really is something that appeals, I think, to your side, obviously, is that you're talking about giving people who have a challenge in life, but giving them an opportunity to live their lives as fully as possible.
Well, it's dignity in living, right? We often don't think about when we're wholly able, what is our challenges for others, and to have an organization that is embedded in our community, that has been faithful to our community, that offers skills and community, and now housing is super, super important. And I don't know if people realize when you have a disability, how isolating it can be. And to be able to go to the Blind Center, I went, it was lit. Let me just tell you. They were talking and dancing. They were eating lunch. I got a tour of all of they have music, choir, arts and crafts.
Wow.
These are things that make you feel whole as a person. For me, I can hop in my car and drive to something, but to have a place that is specifically designed to help people who are visually impaired or blind build community is critical. And so I'm so excited and just proud of the work that you all do.
Yeah, for sure. And all kinds of programs. I mean, that's what we're seeing here in the video. But I was really impressed, Todd, with the number of people that you help find jobs across the valley. I understand recycling and recycling facilities and things like that. A large percentage of the staff are from the Blind Center.
Yeah, about half of our employees are blind or visually impaired. Like Alton, they're looking for meaningful work, and about 70% of the people nationwide who are blind are unemployed. It's not easy to find a job. So we help them with workforce development skills, try to figure out what makes sense for them. But the majority of the people we serve too at the Blind Center are living below the extreme poverty level. So they get a Social Security check and that's it. And so finding affordable housing or employment is really critical. And so that's the main sort of mission for the Blind Center right now, is to figure out how to, expand that. And we've worked in collaboration with the city for 8 years. Really, we came through, the then council person to get a $3 million new market tax credit through economic and urban development. The city was very supportive of this new building we were trying to build to provide more services. Thank you. And then with the city, they came in first with Visions Park with a $4 million contribution to building that. So the city's been very supportive of finding meaningful employment and meaningful housing for people in our community who are blind.
Talk a little bit about Visions Park. You touched on it before. Tell us how many units, what are we talking about as far as, it sounds like a wonderful, wonderful addition for sure to the ward.
Yeah, we polled our members really in the beginning to say, what are the needs of the people who are in need of help? And we had some people who were, living in very bad situations where it's a one-bedroom apartment, one person's in a bed, one's on a floor, and one's on a couch because they can't find affordable housing. And so our main goal was to be able to say, how do you, as the Councilwoman said, how do you find dignified housing first as a priority, and then what would blind people need in terms of supportive elements to the community to make it meaningful? And so we, consulted with different people who are experts in disability housing and figured out, the main thing is wayfinding for people who are blind, to be able to say what textures or lighting would help them navigate a facility like that. And then it's, other things that enhance their ability to, to live and to be able to live by themselves and not have to have, support beyond the support that the Blind Center provides.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Councilwoman, I was really impressed with some of the programs that they offer. And I understand that one of your staff helped come up with an idea about watching NBA Watch Party. Tell me about this, Alton. Are you guys, I'm hearing about something about an NBA Watch Party that you facilitated for the people at the center.
No, I wasn't the spearhead behind it, but I'm usually at work always, but I've seen it, and the way it works, they're interactive, and I was like, just to not be able to hear it, but to be able to feel what's going on.
Are there devices that Alton they're holding on to, or something on their lap? Is that the deal? Like a laptop or something like that, and it's going to give you like the sense of the crowd and everything. Ball bouncing around.
The amazing thing is, so when they came through for the tour, Julius came through and said, "Todd, you know what you need to do is connect with this company called One Court. They've got this really cool device that's a tactile device. When you're sitting at a stadium, you'd be able to experience the game as a blind person." And I never heard of it. And so we contacted the company, and then the NBA got involved learned about the center. They flew in people from the NBA. The one court executive team came in. They did a watch party, and then they invited us, some of the members, to the summer league at the UNLV.
Yes.
Right?
Every year, yeah.
Every year, and so they sat in the audience with these tactile devices and experienced the
That
games.
is so cool. And
was
Julius
amazing.
was involved.
He was the
Listen,
guy.
I keep telling y'all.
Yeah, I know, the Word 5
that
gang.
was a blessing from on high when Julius came into our office. It's wonderful.
That's outstanding.
And it is exciting. And this is what I think makes community, is when those of us who are able help those and find ways to be inclusive.
Yeah.
Right? We're all part of the same community, and we want people to have wonderful experiences no matter what their ability.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Alton, we have just a couple minutes left, but for someone who's been a client, now an employee, talk about your experience at the Blind Center. Maybe somebody out there is in need of these services. What would you say to them if they're maybe a little resistant to get involved?
Instead of sitting at home, and probably feeling depressed or anything, it's a big community that's out there for you, and it opens up doors for more and more things to interact with others and go on activities, and it's an amazing opportunity to be a part of something this big.
Yeah, it's wonderful, well said. And Todd, we're about out of time. I'll give you the final word here. Is there anything else you want to add we've forgotten to ask?
I just want to thank everyone at the city, the councilwoman, the team that's behind the scenes, Michael Jansen and his team at the city. Everyone has been so supportive of the center and what we're trying to accomplish, and I just want to share our gratitude on behalf of the members, our staff, and the board to everyone at the city for your help.
Congratulations on 70 years,
Yes,
Councilwoman. That's
it's an honor.
quite a milestone.
Really, it really is. It's an honor.
Gentlemen, great to have you on board. Alton Taylor, Todd Imholt, thank you so much. Best of luck at the Blind Center. I know you got a lot of allies in your corner here at the city for sure. And what a great piece of Ward 5, Councilwoman.
Yes.
I mean, that's something really to be proud of. So.
Very, very proud. Yes, it's a wonderful foundation and an example for the rest of us.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Well, gentlemen, we have to say goodbye to you. Councilwoman, I ask you to stick around. We've got a little bit more to talk about, but we need to take a quick break. Coming up, a look at what's been happening in Ward 5 and a preview of what's to come. It's right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Time now to look back at what's been happening in Ward 5. Plus, we'll have a preview of what's to come. It's exciting stuff. Councilwoman, the first item right off the bat, what a proud day. The opening of the West Side Education and Training Center, otherwise known as WETC.
Amazing.
Yeah, quite a day.
It was so moving to see the work of the city of Las Vegas and the previous councilmen and all those CSN, just everybody who really cares about educational opportunity in the community come together and see the finished product. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I had the honor of being the MC for that event that day. This was back on August 27th. This is a partnership between the city and College of Southern Nevada, as Councilwoman mentioned, and it's all kinds of workforce training, from construction, medical field, manufacturing, to where people can learn those skills and then go out and get great jobs.
It's wonderful, and the awesome thing is that the CSN is working with people who are going to be job providers, employers,
yes.
to ensure that after training is done, there are jobs for people to go to.
A funnel to get you a job.
Yes, and we're also looking at this as a career starter for folks, right? If you have never worked in the medical field, here's your opportunity, and then you get to grow and come back to CSN or go to UNLV to expand your educational opportunities. So we're super excited about this. We'll be in the community talking to neighbors about this as often as possible to encourage our neighbors to please participate. This was built around them, the needs of the community, and we're super excited about it.
And CSN is administering the classes. They're setting up the classes, finding the instructors, and all of that. So, want more information, check out CSN, and there may be some wonderful opportunities. I mean, if you're interested in a field, a very wide field, from manufacturing to technology to healthcare to construction, there's a little bit of everything. You can see they're setting the center up.
Yes,
now.
the beautiful
it's
new equipment that they have there is today's technology and technology that's for the future as well.
Right.
So we are so excited about this being right in the neighborhood. On bus lines, easily accessible to our neighbors. The campus feels wonderful. It's a great addition to what we have at the historic West Side School. So there's services there, and then you can go and do this educational piece. I tell you, the city did themselves on this one.
Well, it was a special day, and we should mention too, also a big help, a big lift from the federal government. Our congressional delegation helped secure funding. It was kind of the seed money to get this rolling.
Absolutely.
And so then it was the city, the federal government, and then CSN. So when you get people working together, that's what you get, you know.
That's right.
So.
Well, coming up with $15 or $16 million is not easy.
Exactly.
And so we have to piece it together. Exactly. I think a lot of us know what that feels like.
And we did it, and now we're off and running there. So big day. And then, Councilwoman, also you had a community gala basically that same week. And this was interesting because it was an effort to raise funds for Autism Cares, I believe.
Yes. So the Asian American group had a community gala, another organization that has been embedded in the community for many years and really takes on issues that affect our community. And they had a wonderful event. There was a fashion show with differently abled clients, and we had a wonderful time just convening and communing with others, and also doing this to raise money for a really worthy cause.
That's great. It's, you know, I love when there's a purpose to it that's more than just let's just get together for a good time. It really elevates everything.
It was wonderful. The mayor was honored. A previous mayor, Jan Jones Blackhurst, was the keynote, and her keynote was really addressed to all of us to recognize that we have a responsibility to our community. And it was a wonderful reminder that we can come together and have fun, but let's do things that are going to be impactful, and lots of folks were there to hear that message and to participate, so it was wonderful.
Kudos to them. That took place back on August 23rd. And then August 30th, this was great. The RTC and the city and our DPS department here at the City Department of Public Safety partnered on a spay and neuter activity event because pet overpopulation, Councilwoman, is really a serious issue in our community.
It really is. And the city of Las Vegas had a contest where they asked local young artists to put together some art to talk about this issue and to bring awareness. And they had a presentation in City Hall a couple months ago. But then I thought, you know, those folks at the RTC have those fabulous buses, and why not get that art placed in the buses so that folks could see it. I was told by RTC staff that they move about 50 million people a month.
Wow.
And so what a wonderful opportunity for our young people who are artistic and smart to be able to have their art placed in the buses, seen by riders, local and visitors. And we had a wonderful little event for the young people. They were excited. Their parents were.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I think their parents were more excited than they were. But we had a great morning, donuts, coffee, juice, and just, you know, right there at the BTC down here, and just to show our young people that we see them, that we are appreciative of their engagement in community and in civics, and their art will be out there, so look for it.
That was on August 30, that event took place. So Julius had the great idea about the watch party, and now you had the great idea about the artwork. So Ward 5's team is just coming. It's coming out of your pores here. This
what
is
can
great.
I say? You know,
that's great, Councilman. What a great idea, and especially the kids helped or are helping get out a really important message. We have got so many pets that it's just exploded. So, and by the way, in the city, we should mention, Councilwoman, pets have to be spayed and neutered or microchipped, spayed or neutered or and microchipped.
Yes.
Vital, and it's city code now.
Well, and it's important so that we take some of the pressure off of our shelters and our rescues. And we have to give kudos to the RTC. I haven't worked there. I retired from there in 2022. They still take my phone calls.
How about that?
And they were anxious and helpful and very open to having this artwork on their buses. So I'm really grateful to that team over there.
That's good for you. Good idea. And then, Councilwoman, you also you had an awards dinner that you attended. It's called the White Before Labor Day. You know the whole thing where you can wear white before Labor Day, not white after Labor Day.
Exactly.
It's August 31st, and tell us about this. This was a veterans group, right?
Yes, they're called the Original Outstanding Gentlemen of Las Vegas. It was a lot of fun. They had a beautiful dinner, a buffet. They awarded Mayor of North Las Vegas, Pamela Goins, and I a community service award. My husband, Carl with the K, Armstrong, went with me, and the mayor's husband was there as well.
Yeah, Dr.
And
Larry,
it was just a lot of fun. They had live music and all kinds of raffle, but mostly it was just an opportunity to have community, right? These folks are doing their best to engage in the community with seniors, particularly with veterans and young people. And so I like to support groups that are out trying to do their best to improve things. And so it was a lot of fun. We wore white.
Yeah, I saw. Everybody looked very
looked
fabulous.
Kind of cute that day. And we just had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I really am grateful for them recognizing that we are partners in this.
Well, that's great. That was August 31st. And then, of course, Councilwoman, since you've been on the program last, we had September 11th roll around, too. And that's always a very powerful day of remembrance at the city. We do a couple of different major things that take place that day to remember 9/11, and you took part on that very day. We had a ceremony at Fire Station 5 and then out at Police Memorial Park that day.
Yes, I believe it's the 1013 group had, this is an annual event for them. Councilwoman Alan Polinsky was there. I was happy to join and give my support. We had lots of folks from our fire and public safety were also in attendance, just to remember, that day really affected our communities and our nation, the world, actually, and just to remind ourselves that we honor those whose lives were lost. We honor those who run into burning buildings, and whether they are fire or police, or we even had regular citizens who went to help others, and just remind ourselves that this is a community. We have to care about one another, and even in the face of danger, and a day that is so solemn, that we do things that are kind to one another. So I was really happy to be there.
The 1013 Club are retired police officers from New York City. And then at Fire Station 5, we also had retired firefighters from the New York City Fire Department there. So these are folks that experienced it firsthand, and it's still very, very strong memories for them, needless to say, and for us all. And then, Councilwoman, you had a principals roundtable on September 12th. This is all the principals within the ward? Was that
Yes,
the deal?
We invite the principals from K through 12 to join with us, trying to build relationship, find out what it is the city can do to help them reach their goals of educating our children, sharing information. We had a wonderful meeting. We were at WETC, so we got to go back into the facility, took a tour. So they got to hear and see what is going to be offered at WETC. And we talked about how we can connect. Instead of just having WETC as a place for people who have graduated, let's talk to the principals and see how we can use that facility as a connector for our young people, so that they can start to think about career paths as early as possible.
Wonderful idea, Councilwoman. I mean, the partnerships on this have just been amazing. And so, let's bring the schools in as well. Wow, it's going to be good. It already is.
Good, yes. So UNR joined us to talk about some of their programming. We had folks from the Las Vegas Museum there to talk about programming and the things that they're going to be doing, and how we can talk to our young people about their desires to be artists, and how that can become a career, and what opportunities there will be for them. So just giving our community a broad look at possibilities, that we don't just have to do one or two things, that the sky's the limit. And so what's available, and we want our kids to know as much as possible about what is available for them to do.
Perfect. Councilwoman, we have about 2 minutes left, but I want to get in a couple things here. It was great this summer. The plaza had fireworks all summer long, and this was great because it's done now because summer's over. But every Friday during the summer, the fireworks, it's just like kind of like being at Disneyland, you know. So
it was
good stuff.
so much fun.
It was.
I got
And
the call.
You helped launch, did you?
Did.
Yes.
I did. And so we were invited down by Jonathan Jossel and the folks at the plaza to set off the fireworks. We got down there. It was popping and cracking. The atmosphere was lit. There were people everywhere. They closed the street, and fireworks make us feel like kids. You know what I mean?
There's something about it.
There's
that's why we do it, right?
And so the street filled up. People were looking towards the sky. The countdown was all exciting. And then boom, here come the fireworks. And it was really well done. The music was loud and exciting. They had some veterans there that they were honoring that night as well. I can actually hear the fireworks from my home, and I didn't realize what was going on. I just said, what did they do at the plaza? Well, I got to see firsthand.
Yeah, good for you.
It was wonderful. Folks, come to Fremont Street. It's
I know.
in Ward 5.
It is.
There's a lot of fun stuff happening, and it's really community sort of directed.
Exactly. Well, Councilwoman, speaking of things coming up, I'm going to tell you got some great events. You've got a community cleanup with neighborhood service. It's going to be on September 27th, everyone. That's a Saturday from 9 to noon. This is going to be at J.T. McWilliams Elementary School. So please come out. We love when people volunteer, roll up your sleeves, help out the community. And then, Councilwoman, you have another one, another community cleanup. This is with Get Outdoors Nevada. This is going to be on October 11th from 8 to 10. This is going to be at Ethel Pearson Park.
Right. So these are great opportunities, parents, for your young folks to get their community service hours. So please come out and join us. These kinds of events really bring a sense of pride and love into our communities. Everybody's community is not gated and not perfect. And so when we come together as a community to help, I think people really, really enjoy seeing us, and they get excited. So folks, please come out. We will sign off on your community service forms.
Like it.
We really want you to join us.
And then last but not least, Councilman, real quickly want to mention on Friday, October 31st, which of course is Halloween, from 5 to 9, the Trunk or Treat event. This is always a big deal. Safe Halloween. We like this. This is going to be at the Pearson Community Center, and always a wonderful event. Big turnout every year.
It's going to be even more this year. We've seen some of the prelude to what they're going to do. Folks, brace yourselves. It's going to be wild and fun.
Halloween
so we
night.
look forward to seeing you.
Halloween night, Pearson Community Center. Councilman, that half hour flew by fast, but we want to tell everybody out there, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Chandra Summers-Armstrong, you can contact her by picking up the phone, 702-229-5443, or send her an email. Her team is ward5@lasvegasnevada.gov. So we'll have you back in 6 weeks. Another update. Great show today. Love talking with the gentleman from the Blind Center.
Amazing.
A gem in the community.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you, David. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Vice versa. Vice versa. Great having you on the show, Councilwoman. And everybody out there, please don't miss our next show beginning on October 6th with Ward 1 Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem Brian Knudsen. City of Las Vegas TV is streaming now. You can catch all of our shows on YouTube at City of Las Vegas TV. You can also watch online at lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. And be sure to check out our newsletter. You can subscribe by scanning the QR code in the credits at the end of the program. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you next time around.